Hello. So you're probably wondering, where is he this week? Well, the big excitement news that I had this week was that I got contacted to say that I was on the top of the list for another plot. And this came up. So yes, this is my second plot. I'm so excited because this is going to be grown in a different way to the Grapevine Garden. I'm going to be more rustic and use what I've got more, and I'm going to have some bendy paths, a nice pond and sitting area, and most of the bones of the plot is already here, which I'm really excited about. I'll show you around now. So as you can see, there is plenty full of different varieties of raspberries. You know, there's some like whitish ones, pinkish, and then a deep red one. And I'm so excited to try these different types. And now I've finally got a place that can grow my raspberries rather than just dotted around the plot. There's some established rhubarb, plenty of weeds, and all this at the back here needs to be cut back. But look, the jewel in the crown is this polytunnel. Yes, it's damaged. You know, it's got slashes in it and it's been up for plenty of years, but the bones of it is really good, and I'll just get it recovered. So yeah, I'm really happy. We've got some nice deep beds, sleepers I think they are. Some are rotten, which I'll replace, but overall I'm really happy that I've got some nice growing areas. And one thing I was really excited about was this fig tree. I've been growing my little fig tree for a while, and it's going to be a few years before I get some figs on mine, so I'm happy that this one is fruiting already. So I'm really happy. This shed is going. I've sold that already. I sold it on the first day that I got the plot. So that will, you know, recuperate some of the cost because I had to buy the buildings in the first place. An olive tree. And then this shed I'm going to redo and put a nice new big window on the front. And this will be my nice area to relax, and I might even add a pond. So I'm really excited about it. Sadly, this tree had to be chopped down by the previous owners because of the power line above. But let me show you inside the tunnel. So the tunnel is pretty wide and pretty high. So I'm really happy. I didn't think that it would be this size when I finally get one. But as you can see, the foliage is really pushing in on the back of here. So that's going to have to be the first job. But there's a nice sliding door on the back. And yeah, I'm really happy with this. It'll be a perfect growing space for my tomatoes now this year, for next year. And yeah, it will need to be recovered. And it's pretty warm in here already, so I know I'm getting some sun. And the good thing is though that these trees will give a bit of shade here, but once the sun hits here, it comes straight down this corridor, and there'll be plenty of sun. And the perfect thing about this is that it's shaded from the wind. Like if you can see, there's piles of trees going around, but I've still got that beautiful view. I'm really excited about this. How lucky am I to have this? You know, not only have I got the height now, I've got the width as well. And yeah, I'm just really excited about it. And I'll divide, obviously the beds back up, and there's a good 4 feet either side. And yeah, I'm just really excited. I want to get this door fixed, and once it's recovered, I think it'll be a fantastic growing space, not only in the summer, but in the winter as well. I love seeing everyone having all their crops, all on the floor growing, and that's how it should be done, and I'm excited about this space. This is the part that sold this plot to me, and also the fig tree. So when I mentioned that I was waiting for a plot, I didn't think it'd be this quick. I thought it'd be in the spring. And a few of you on Instagram, when I posted a little teaser, me coming down this corridor, kind of guessed what was happening. But I can't believe it's happened. And I've got the things that I wanted as well, a polytunnel, some nice space. So what I'm going to do with this plot is, the plans is that I'm going to show you how to do it a bit more low maintenance. And even though my plot is low maintenance, I want this to be for people who think, I'm not sure whether or not I should have a plot because I haven't got enough time. And I'm hoping I can show you some tips and tricks that I've learned on the way that can show you how to keep some of the maintenance down, like all the weeding and all the beds that take so much time. I'm not going to be growing loads here. A lot of this will be mainly for the fruit And yeah, and these beds now over winter, I'm going to put my winter onions and my garlic in, so they won't need to be touched now until, you know, spring, and then in the summer next year for the garlic. So there'll be beds that I won't really need to touch. And then further at the back, I'm going to add all my blackberry bushes and my black currants and everything that I got down my plot, all pushed up against the side of the path. It will open up my plot down there as well by putting all the things in here that are low maintenance, you know, like all the fruit bushes. Might even get a fruit cage, I'm not sure yet, maybe over this area. There's still loads of plans, but I'm really excited about it. So if you have any ideas of things I could grow in this space, it looks big, but I feel like it's smaller than my other one, but apparently it's not much smaller, but I don't know. It doesn't feel that way. Maybe it's because of the tunnel, but I'm more excited about the tunnel and that fig tree. I really wanted figs for a long time, and I do this amazing apple, pear and fig jam, and I'm always having to borrow figs when the season arrives, and now I got my own, so I'm really happy. So inside the shed, you know, it's a fairly decent sized shed, and I think this is going to be more the man cave, and I'm hoping to have a big massive window there. And let me show you what I found, which is an absolute steal. It's around the back of the shed. I found something that I've been looking for a long time, and it's some old sash windows. So yeah, I'm really happy that they've got them there, and I'm hoping I can use them and put them on the front of the shed. I'm sure that one of the previous owners did plan that themselves, so I will do that and reinstall them and upgrade them a bit. So yeah, I'm really happy about it. The roof does need a bit of work. This shed is perfect inside, but I'm selling it because I want this area here for more of the fruit, and maybe this will be the compost area. So yeah, but the roof in here is a bit of a project, but I'm not worried about it. This will be a perfect little man cave. So things I'm going to do differently on this plot compared to the other ones. I think the pressure was on that other plot, you know, to have it look in a certain way. And at the time, I was really protective of my space. You know, I wanted to have fences and a gate and archways and divide all the rooms up and things. But I've relaxed over this year and realised that I'm going to leave it pretty much open at this end. I might close this fence off across here because I don't want it to be like a bit of an invitation into the polytunnel for people. But this side, I'm thinking at this moment, it might be a small boundary fence or nothing at all. I want it to be really relaxed. I'm happy to just keep these two growing spaces and possibly turn this one into a third, and that's it. You know, will they be for brassicas or later on in the season next year? But I don't know. For now, I want this to be really low maintenance. The raspberries can stay, the rhubarb can stay. It gives me that ability now to move things up here that I used to push in the corners, like the gooseberry bushes and the rhubarb that I got down there and all the fruit bushes. I can bring them up here and leave them, and they won't do any harm, you know. And yeah, I won't have to keep harvesting them and hoping that they don't bolt and stuff. They'll just be left. So that's the plan anyway. So what do you think? You know, leave a comment below. Do you think that I'm crazy taking on a second plot when on top I've got my work and my university as well? But I'm hoping this can be more low maintenance, like I mentioned, and I don't think it's going to take up too much of my time, this one. I think this is going to be a nice little project through the winter, through the autumn, and then the spring, and then I think this will be beautiful. I don't know what it is. I've got a really good feeling about this plot, and it's on the corner as well, and it's so close to the main road that, well, I say main road, it's like a country lane, and I just feel that it'll be easier for me to bring things in, so I can park the car right outside rather than in the car park and lugging them up that hill. I feel that this is kind of like a retirement plot, and I know that sounds daft because I'm nowhere near retirement, but I feel like this is really homely, and I don't know, I've just got a really good feeling about this plot. I'm not getting rid of the Grapevine Garden, but that will be more for, you know, crops that I'm going to keep harvesting and rotating the beds, and this one will have more of a rustic, natural, you know, just a nice feel about it that I haven't got to put so much pressure on. So yeah, what do you think? Like, do you think I'm crazy, or do you think that this will be amazing site for growing things for next year? Now you're probably wondering, like, why does he need that extra space? And the reality is my plot is designed in a way that you can really step out of the boundaries a bit, because the beds are already defined and the paths, and I was always using the paths for things, and you know, and climbing through the corn and stepping over the rhubarb to get to things. Now I can take that pressure off by putting all up here the things that doesn't really need that much maintenance to. And yeah, I'm really happy that now the things like, because I had the bed set out a certain way, I had nowhere to put like a pumpkin patch where I could have extra pumpkins. Now I've got all this area up here that, you know, will I need it all the time? No. So I can do those things. I got that luxury now of growing things that and experimenting things and trying things out that I wouldn't have tried because I was limited with the space. This will take off the pressure, and this is more like an overflow plot. And yeah, once I show you how to turn this into a maintenance-free plot, well, low maintenance at least, it'll be easier for you to then see that it can be done. And I wish I did that at the start of my old plot, but I started later on after I started doing the build. So this chance, you know, you will see this plot grow with me now and change over the next couple of months, and especially next year. So yeah, it's another job that I shouldn't really be taking on, but that's just what I do. Another thing that I want to consider is, like, what do I call this area? You know, do I call it like Fig Tree Corner, or, you know, pop in the comments below what you think that this would be a beautiful name for it. And, you know, I can't call it the Grapevine Garden because we've already got that, but it'll still be part of the channel. But I need to have a, you know, a designated name for it so that you know which area I'm actually on and talking about. So yeah, it's an exciting time, or have I taken on too much that I can, you know, I can chew? But I think this will be manageable. And the first job that I need to do is hack all that back so I can get on the back of the polytunnel and assess what jobs I need to do. So yeah, right, that's it. I just thought I'd add this little cheeky video in the middle of the week. You'll still get your Sunday episode, but yeah, so it's finally there. I've got 2 plots. Right, so take care guys, and I shall see you all again soon.